Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the board. My name is Sarah Klass, and with me today is Megan Christopher. On behalf of Top Hat Consulting, we would like to thank you for asking us here today. We understand that you have invited us back to delve deeper into the ethical implications of your current public relations crisis because it is important to your company. Although you have experienced fines and settlements of $2.2 billion, you believe that these settlements, as a result of your off-label marketing and misrepresentation of your drug Risperdal, have allowed you to take appropriate accountability for these actions to move forward. Johnson & Johnson was founded as a family business in New Brunswick, New Jersey in 1886 by brothers Robert, Edward, and James Johnson. While Robert was CEO, he laid out the responsibility of Johnson & Johnson in your now renowned credo. Your credo is all about putting people above profits and making sure that your words and actions of the company reflect the right behavior. And it is time to reaffirm your 131-year commitment to consumer care and take advantage of the opportunity you are given to lead with integrity and credibility in an industry that has constantly been plagued by actual harm. Johnson & Johnson is known for this outstanding credo. It begins with, we believe our first responsibility is to the doctors, nurses, and patients, to mothers and fathers and all others who use our products and services. In meeting their needs, everything we do must be of high quality. Your credo emphasizes acting ethically and responsibly. Unfortunately, in the last 20 years, you have begun to get away from this credo. I would like to tell a quick story. In 2002, Austin Pledger was an 8-year-old boy from Alabama who suffered from severe autism. When he began Risperdal, he experienced fewer tantrums and was frustrated less often, but he still would periodically erupt in volatile behavior, biting himself and falling to the floor and pounding his head. And the side effects that ensued from Risperdal far outweighed any improvements. When Austin was 12 years old, he began growing breasts that grew to a size 46 double D. Risperdal had deformed Austin because of the side effect known as gynecomastia. Risperdal greatly increases your levels of prolactin, which is a hormone that stimulates the production of milk in pregnant women, which leads to this abnormal growth of your breasts. Austin knew that he looked more like his mother than his father. And as a result, he was embarrassed of his body and ashamed of what he looked like. Austin was eventually taken off of Risperdal, but he will never be the same. And because of Risperdal, thousands of young boys like Austin Pledger will never be the same. Austin began Risperdal in 2002, yet the relationship between gynecomastia and Risperdal was discovered in 2001. However, this discovery did not stop the marketing efforts. In 2003, your company embarked on a back-to-school campaign. In San Antonio, a manager told his salespeople to go into pediatricians' offices and host ice cream parties in order to promote and celebrate Risperdal. Another manager told a representative to make sure to include lollipops and small toys and sample packages that she gave to doctors. Risperdal was not approved for uses in children until 2006, and yet marketing efforts began as early as 1999, despite constant warnings from the FDA. These actions go against your credo promises to consumer care. In the 1980s, your company faced an even more dire crisis, when 7 people died from cyanide-laced Tylenol capsules. Marketers predicted that your company would never be able to recover from such a disaster, but you proved them wrong. You acted in accordance with your credo and put consumers first. You took all of the Tylenol, you recalled the Tylenol, and that was the first time that had ever happened. You acted ethically and responsibly, and as a result, you came back strong. And now with your off-label marketing challenges, you have the ability to come back even stronger. Now you may worry that putting aside profits and focusing on stakeholders other than your shareholders will lead to less sales. But we live in an age where consumers' awareness of social issues continues to grow, and the importance they place on ethically responsible companies is stronger than ever when they decide where to purchase and use products. It is imperative that you act ethically and responsibly now, because adhering to ethical marketing practices is not only the right thing to do, but it is the right thing to do for your company, as it can actually lead to an increase in profits. Yes, your credo is old, but it's what you stand for. Your credo is your moral compass, and it allows you to set industry standards. Instead of changing your credo, refocus attention on the credo.
Now, you're not the only pharmaceutical company facing this problem. 8 out of 9 large pharmaceutical companies such as GlaxoSmithKline or Pfizer have had to settle federal claims over the last decade because of severe injury or death of their consumers. Our industry has decided that it's no big deal to practice unethical marketing, as long as 1, stock prices are not affected, and 2, no senior staff members or executives are being arrested. Now, your company has used this as an excuse to, Your company thinks you have to lower your ethical standards in order to stay competitive, but as Sarah mentioned before, that is not the case. In fact, this is a golden opportunity for your company to become an industry leader once again. Your corporate ethics and compliance program is set up as a subset of your HR department. It consists of senior leaders that serve on a committee, and they are in charge of overseeing and creating ethics and compliance policies for every corporate function. Now, these senior leaders hold other positions inside your company. There's no central office for ethics and compliance, which creates corporate lag and inconsistency of how ethical issues are handled. Now, we recommend that you restructure your ethics and compliance office, starting with appointing a new risk management and ethics and compliance officer to your executive leadership team. Then reevaluating your mission, vision, policies, and goals as a company, collecting and analyzing any data for proof of misconduct, and finally publishing your findings in your annual report. It's crucial to stay transparent in order to build trust with your stakeholders. But creating a department of ethics and compliance is one thing. Having the rules is one thing, but following them is another. We are mostly focused on compliance. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. You have a solid credo. You have a solid code of business conduct that has served you in the past. We need to focus on retraining, recommunicating, and establishing regular monitoring in every single corporate function in order to raise awareness. You are a great company, and you have a great corporate culture. Your employees are proud to work for Johnson & Johnson. So we recommend that you initiate corporate incentives so that your employees are not only acting ethically in order to benefit themselves, but they're acting ethically to benefit the company that they are working for.
So Johnson & Johnson, remember what makes you great. You are a company known for the notion of patients first, profits last, for being a company that cares about your stakeholders, and it's time for you to prove that. Uphold your credo that makes you an industry leader.